This is a supplemental video for my vibrato part 1 class, which is available for sale on my website or by clicking the link in the video description box below. Some of the videos in that vibrato class were part of my larger Suzuki Book 1 class, and I guess I used a concept in Suzuki Book 1 which I didn't explain very well in the vibrato video, and so it's very important to me that you understand this concept because it's important for everything, not just for vibrato. But if you can nail this concept, it'll improve your left hand technique overall. Okay, the concept is targets or corners. I got this concept from my Suzuki trainer, Ed Kreitman. Hi, Ed. And I've used it ever since. It's just wonderful. And it's teaching where on the finger pad the strings need to contact. Who knew that there was a spot on the fingers that the strings need to hit? But there is, and it's very important. I always study the calluses on my students' hands because it tells me so much. But the basic place, this is why my hands always have marks on them, because I'm always explaining this concept. It's not in the middle of the fingertip. It's on the edge or on the corner closest to your thumb. Do you see where my dots are? If I were to draw a line down the center of the finger, you'd see that clearly it's in the far corner. Okay, now watch this. This is even better when I show you. When I make a tetrachord on my violin and I press harder than I'd ever press when I'm playing, it will make a line, and the line is going to be going through can you see the lines? Going through the dots, barely. Let me darken those lines so that and I won't cheat, I promise. Those lines are right where the string groove was in my finger, and they're touching right on those dots. It doesn't have to be that precise. Your targets, your dots could be, about as big as, you could have a big dot like that. As long as you're hitting consistently on the corner closest to your thumb, you're going to start getting a really consistent target, and it will improve your intonation. It improves your left hand technique, speed, dexterity, everything. Now, one other concept that I'll go ahead and throw in this video that goes hand in hand with targets. Students who have a really hard time embracing the target concept always have an easy time with this concept, and it's the concept of the slanted knuckles. My pen is running out of ink, but you can see that line clearly. So I just drew a line across my knuckles. When you're playing on violin, the line is not parallel to the floor. It needs to have the pinky slanted higher than your index finger. Watch this. See that slant? So take a Sharpie and give yourself some target marks on your fingertips, and mark a line on your knuckles, and look in the mirror and see once in a while. Make sure you've got a little slant. If your knuckles are slanted, it's almost impossible not to play on your targets. And if you're on your targets, it's almost impossible not to have your knuckles slanted. So these two concepts support each other. Okay, what this does for your vibrato specifically is it gives you plenty of fingertip to do that, to do a nice fat oscillation. If you start on your target, see the line I just made on my finger? If you start on your target, you can roll back quite a ways, and it gives you a nice fat vibrato option. We don't always want our fattest vibrato, but it gives us that option. This technique is just also good for dexterity, for quickly adapting and changing our half steps and whole steps. And it puts your fingertips in a consistent placement, which improves your chances of hitting a note in tune. So it's just good all the way around. Okay, so that's my targets concept, or otherwise known as corners, and the slanted knuckles explained. Have fun with it. I hope it helps.